Hello, everyone. This is Beyond Heroes.
Yay!
It's one of the shows.
We made it!
Yay!
It's a show.
We're just a little tad bit late, but that's all right. Our producer is probably going to have a heart attack.
The wizard arrives precisely when she means to.
Right. So she intended to be late.
She had foreseen it.
She's on time. The rest of us are late.
I'm confused. I'm confused by wizard math. Important math. Welcome to Beyond Heroes. We are missing TJ Storm today, who plays Keen Deapreth, the Eladrin. He is off doing secret things in secret places. But he will be back hopefully next week. So let's just talk about our wonderful cast that we have right now. We have the wonderful and talented Hope LaVelle playing Penelope, Half Pint, a druid, a little bit of warlock, and a whole lot of mischief. We've also got Jen Kretchmer, who is playing Alyndra Sarrbarand, the daughter of Avon and Sophias, and a divination wizard. And I promise you, she's going to foresee some moment. And Lauren Urban is playing Orkira Eldritch, the Dragonborn cleric who worships a phoenix, not a dragon.
Hashtag not a dragon.
Hashtag no longer a dragon.
No longer a dragon. And of course, we have Adam Bradford, the VP of Tabletop at D&D and Beyond Fandom. And he is playing Briv Steelmarrow, the Paladin, the Heroism Paladin. And I think that's about it. We do have a piece of art from Pen of Smiting right now.
No, not from Pen of Smiting.
We don't. I lied. We have a pancake.
So good.
Best trends, yes. This is from Lee Goldberg, Goldberg337 on Twitter, who does pancake art, and you can usually watch them on Fridays with our friends over at Idle Champions doing Idle Champions pancake art. And Briv is an Idle Champions, and so it all just worked out. And so there's Briv as a pancake.
Did someone eat Briv?
I'm sure Lee ate Briv,
I mean,
yes.
I'm sure he was delicious.
Absolutely. Always
He also
delicious.
tweets photos of the most adorable child.
Yes.
Like the cutest tiny human.
I'm sorry. I need to know what Briv tastes like. I think it's sweet tea. I think it's like literally like when hot chicken wings are diluted in sweet tea.
Oh.
The other white meat.
It sounds great.
It's definitely the other white meat.
other white meat.
The other white meat. All right. Well, I think that's all our business. We have a whole bunch of wonderful emotes for anyone who's subscribing to the Twitch channel. We've got Butter now because Butter is a big part of the show. We've got all kinds of. We've got Adam Bradford as an emote. We've got
Penelope is a shrub.
Penelope the shrub. Everything that you could possibly want and harass your other streamers with. We've got that right now, and I think that's about it, right?
Let's just play.
Let's just.
Into the unknown we go. Where we will land, we just don't know. But we will fight on and on and on. No matter what, we will rise with the dawn. Out of the ashes and beyond the night, beyond the masses and into the light. Beyond all time in this adventure we chose, we will never give up. We are beyond heroes, beyond heroes.
Episode where we all play each other's characters, but not today. But it's a great idea. So, previously on Beyond Heroes, we were in the city of Hupperdook. In Hupperdook, we were our wonderful heroes were asked to handle a matter of several of the Crown's Guard being disappeared in the sewers. As you went into the sewers, you found multiple gelatinous cubes, a character known as Jester Joe or Jester Jab. It got quite confusing. It was confusing for him. A diabolical, strange, magically radiating toy. And as you tried to find the workshop that housed several animated weapons, scissors, even furnaces, it became clear that somehow this magical radiation was animating different creatures and items. And you were faced with finally having your own magical items infected, including much of Alyndra's equipment after she became a marionette herself for a brief amount of time, as one does. Your cubic gate became sentient, and that's not going to bite you in the butt at all, and disappeared. And you also sent Jester Joe right into a magma river in the elemental plane of fire. I don't know if I'm a good DM or a horrible DM. I'm trying to figure it out as I'm saying all this. You did, however, finally discover the origin of all this magical radiation and dispelled it. And also, how can we forget that Hope LaVelle, Penelope Half-Pint, learned to speak Gelatinous Cube, and that was a thing. And now you're done. You've turned in your reward. You've gotten your money, and you're back at the safe house at this very moment. Keen Deapreth, however, has left the group to commune with the Feywild to learn the next steps he must do for the Eldritch Court. What is everyone doing as they are in the living room?
Does that mean he's just on the roof? He's like just sitting on the roof.
That is his place of choice. It's a very
Okay.
mossy roof now. Wherever Keen sits, moss grows. So
We're okay with that. All right.
Means there's a lot of moisture coming off his backside. Is that what we're saying?
I didn't say it. You said it.
I mean, because that's how moss comes about, right?
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone, check your chairs. You get moss. You get moss. What is everyone doing in this living room? There's a fireplace. The fire is going. You have learned the mystery of the magical despairing door in Hupperdook. What are each of your characters doing? Introduce yourselves.
Briv at this point in time is kind of pacing a little impatiently because it's well past the mealtime, and he's been trying intermittent fasting, and it's kind of gone a little too long, and he is definitely hangry at this point, and just kind of it's time to eat 4 hours ago, and he just keeps going back and forth. And he is also, you see, in between some of the mealtime rumblings, he is saying things about his family and how she's going to kill him and if he doesn't get back soon. But then what about these magic metal orc men that he saw? So it's like he's literally just incredibly confused about what his next move should be. And he's hoping that someone is going to anchor and ground him at some point, even though he doesn't realize that outwardly.
It will not be the DM.
As he's pacing around, every time he paces past Orkira, she pulls out the bag of marshmallows and tries to shove it in his face. Here,
and he's just completely grabbing them and eating them without even realizing it's happening. Like,
keep your blood sugar up, come on.
But then marshmallows are so like lightweight that it's not even registering for Briv that he's eating.
I'm not trying to feed you an entire meal of marshmallows. I'm just hoping that you'll stop complaining about food. I mean, we can just go get some food. We got paid.
Marshmallows are not a meal.
No, they're a snack.
I define this word snack.
Everything is a
Briv
snack.
either eateth or he doesn't eateth.
Okay, well then, yes, it's a meal. Here.
To eateth or not to eateth?
That is the question he's asking.
When you're intermittently fasting?
I believe it is 16 hours without and 8 hours as much as you possibly want, I believe is how it works.
Why don't you just eat when you're hungry and not eat when you're not hungry?
That
Need
seems
to always be eating.
logical to me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Dost thou think I keepeth this kind of physique if I eateth any time I want to eat?
Briv, I don't know anything about how you keep
You live
any of your
quite an
physique.
active lifestyle. You exercise regularly.
I do.
And we have meals that are prepared from scratch, primarily plant-based. You have a relatively healthy diet, except for well, we're not going to talk about.
Except for the things you
one
constantly
meal.
put in your mouth that you really shouldn't put in your mouth. I'll say
Yeah.
it. I'm the one that has to cast Lesser Restoration on you every time it happens.
Very well. Very well.
Thanks for saying it.
We should go get it's got to be late in the day, right? Like, we've had the whole adventure in the sewers. We purchased stuff. We went and got the limited edition Jester Jab in the
Is
back.
this the same day or is this a different day?
You've gotten a long rest.
Oh, yay!
I expect
I am going to roll for him.
prestidigitation was cast.
More importantly, long rest.
You know that series, Final Predestination?
I am carrying around whatever the next day was after that. I would have memorized Fabricate and created a mint condition Jester Joe from the remaining arm of the Jester Joe that Briv had taken.
How are you using mending?
Using fabrication.
You all creepy. Okay.
Because that was not.
Yeah,
active,
we went
right?
to the gnome's
That was
house.
inactivated.
Yeah, he had
I wouldn't do that
buried-
for if I thought it had any chance whatsoever of coming.
It
to
certainly
life.
doesn't seem like it's radioactive, but it was a walking, moving toy at the point where it was melted by the gelatinous cube.
Oh no, not that
Jerry.
one. We went to the gnome that we ran into.
in the workshop.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we went to his house because he had one buried.
All right, that was your downtime activity. You went back to someone's.
Can we verify? Does Briv have the variant action figure or not?
You do have the variant
Yes.
action
All right.
figure.
I
Yeah, you
haven't
do.
given it to him yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I hadn't,
Okay.
I was waiting for a birthday or some opportune time, but I wanted to make sure that it was
tomorrow.
clear that I had made
Actually,
it and
I
had
believe
it in my
it is today.
inventory.
All right, there is a
Never
hidden
mind narrative storytelling here. Have it.
And ice cream at the restaurant. Let us go.
In fairness, he would have been with us to dig it up. So
Well, so no, there was an arm. There was an arm left over that I had been trying to take.
Oh,
Wait,
it's
does that
Sophia's.
mean
Wait,
I
get
have two
Sophia's here.
now? Does that mean I have two?
Sorry, Silver and Steel is happening in the background.
Oh, I
I'm
totally
two
forgot
now.
about that one. I thought we were not going to do that one because or remove curse. There we go.
Okay, yeah. If this is going to be a thing where it's a really bad idea, Alyndra
Tis not a
knows
bad
better.
idea. Tis an incredible idea.
First off, I'm letting you know anything you do, I'm going to make into a horrible idea. I'm your DM.
Can thine magic also? Thou didst call it fabrication. Is that correct? Canst thou fabricate the box around the action figure to make it completely mint?
I mean, the assumption I was going with was if I could get a piece of the original, the way Fabricate works is if you get a piece of the original, you can make it into the thing. Essentially, you can take something and turn it into something else of the same materials. So if I had the materials to create it, either the materials for the box and for the creature, then I could create a replica of the replica.
Is completely righteous.
But mine could be not possessed.
I like that. I like that a lot. Let's stick with the not possessed.
It does
part.
not matter if it
So
is
essentially, if
possessed.
it's
It
a-
shall be trapped in its box.
Wood carved,
Were these boxes made out of
Use
steel, perhaps?
non-cast
Like 1 inch thick steel with a lock on them. Because otherwise I don't want it possessed, even if it's in a box. Remove curse.
like Alyndra's pretty sharp on this stuff, and won't.
Are you like
This is
just
turning
doing it
into
on
way
random
too
things
big.
also? Are you just removing curse on just and whatever you see now? Is that what you're just doing? Or are you just
Anything around Briv, she just
Before
goes
we
around,
went to
remove
bed,
curse.
yeah, Orkira was like going through because we don't know what got infected until it jumped out and
She has just a
tried
little
to-
broom-like thing, and she just
Yeah.
goes around the entire.
okay?
just every once in a while be like, remove curse. All right.
Yeah,
Until I ran
okay.
out of spell slots and then went to that's why the sleep was so exciting because yeah.
Penelope, didst thou see mine action figure?
Yes, it was very, very cool.
What did thou collect when thou wert thou art still wee, but a wee-er halfling? What did thou play with?
Oh, acorns and bugs.
Comic books?
What?
Comic
Bugs?
books?
Acorns and bugs. What's a comic?
Bugs? I thought thou said it's book.
Oh
So-
no, I'm not that smart.
Bugs? Thou didst miss out on much in thine childhood.
You're right. There were so many more bugs I could have gotten.
Were there any bugs you really wanted to get? Like, what are you missing in your collection?
A golden beetle.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out for one. I'll let you know if I see one. We're probably not going to find one here in Hupperdook. Do we want to stay in Hupperdook? Are we done here? You talked about going to see the orcs who had the same metal bones as you?
We can certainly do that. Mine wife is probably fairly upset that I have not called home in some time. She is probably starting to get a little worried. So,
Do you want me to message her? I could cast sending. And...
She's not here in this mounted wild area that we find ourselves in.
No, but sending I can send across planes. There's like a small chance it won't arrive, and sometimes it takes weeks or months because they're in a different show, and so sometimes the time frame is off. But yeah, I can send a message.
Thou canst contact the realms that are forgotten?
Yeah, as long as I know the person that I'm sending a message to. So I don't know your wife.
Thou
but
hast not met mine wife.
No, but you can tell me all about her and like describe her, and then
She is completely beautiful. She has tusks that are approximately this long. She has a very round face that some people would say, I suppose, like heart-shaped because it comes up. She's got a ridge in her skull along the middle, and so it looks literally like a heart. And tusks that come up about this long. She's got a little bit of facial hair here, and she has the most luscious eyebrows thou hast ever seen. They come together in the middle. She is completely beautiful. I have never set eyes upon a more elegant or beauteous creature in all of mine days. She wears even less clothing than I do typically, which is a very, very big boon for some activities. It is not good for going out in public, but we are kind of living in the wilderness at this point, and so it doesn't really matter. We don't really have a public where we live. She's probably going completely crazy with the two kids. They are staying at home with her right now, and it's just been a complete nightmarish mess, I'm sure. And so to hear from someone that is not me saying that it is from me would probably maketh her day.
Okay, what's her name?
Her name is Norgrin.
Norgrin. Okay.
Morgan.
Norgrin.
Isn't it a
Steelmarrow?
beautiful name?
Very. Absolutely.
Yes,
Okay,
'tis Steelmarrow. She tooketh my name.
What message do you want me to send her? Is there something I should say? Because she's not going to know who I am. So I only have 25 words, and I'm not really good at.
Or Kira, if you can get her consent, we could actually loop her or the children in with the telepathic.
Oh,
bond.
wait a
You
minute.
could
Wait a
have
minute. No. We have to have boundaries. I
Right.
do not want her knowing what I am thinking. I do not wanting.
How it works.
How does it work?
You decide what you'd like to say to her.
Oh. I should say that I love her.
I think you should say that.
And that I misseth her beauteous and bountiful. Perhaps I should not say that in a line where everyone else can hear mine words or thoughts.
Well,
especially if the children are there.
Well, let's start with just the 25 words I'm going to send to her. Is there anything?
Yes, let's try to get this right. Dost thou have a writing utensil?
I do. I pull out the commemorative Ogma pen that Alyndra gave to me.
What?
When we signed the contract.
Yeah, when we signed the contract.
And I asked Alyndra for a pen, and she wouldn't give me her pen. She gave me another pen. This is the commemorative pen that she got when she was getting her Ogma pen. So I pull out this less impressive Ogma pen. I go, yeah, I'm ready. Wait, I need a piece of paper. And I'll
Very
pull out
well.
a scrap of paper. Okay, 25 words, let's go.
I can also set up a telepathic link, Briv, just between you and your family at some point if you'd like as well.
I believe that 25 words is enough. I am not very verbose. Very well.
Okay, what was your wife's name again?
Norgrin. Steel Marrow. Marrow.
Okay.
It's the stuff inside 9 bones. Mine is metal, and so therefore Steel Marrow. It's a clan name going back many centuries.
So you got Steel married?
Oh, I see what thou art trying to do there, Alyndra, and obviously thou didst not foresee the landing of that joke.
I thought that was adorable.
Adorable.
All right, fine, I won't use it.
I am sorry, Alyndra. I give thee a hard time. I don't.
I go back to my book by the fire.
I'm just very hungry.
Okay.
Why don't you feed yourself? You're an adult.
I am eating marshmallows. Very well.
Not a meal. That's a snack.
Hello, Norgrin. I lovest thou.
See, but I can't say I lovest thou because she's gonna hear it from me. So I have to say, Briv says. So you gotta add
That's
2 more words.
extra words.
That's I know, but otherwise I'm saying I love you to your wife, and that's just awkward.
It is official. One of the components of sending is the sounding of a type of keypad.
I might.
Every time he says something and you type, I'm dying because it's like we're in the 1930s. Continue, please.
I'm trying to type very quietly.
Louder.
How art
You want louder? How art
the
the
children?
It's all in caps now, is what it is.
I hopest that they and thee art well. I am in Wildemount.
One word.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
'Tis
Wildemount,
excellent
one word.
news.
There's an E in the middle. There's a lot of people
Why
who want
is
to call
there
it
an E?
Wildemount. I don't know. It's a different word.
'Tis
people.
not the way that thou dost spell wild.
It's not my country. I just go by what the people here say.
It's an older spelling. It's absolutely a valid way to use it, depending on
Maketh no sense.
what culture you're using and the etymology thereof. And
Wait, where wert I?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
I
9,
am in Wildemount.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We're at 18 words.
18. How did I count so badly?
You were trying to talk.
I
and do
think
the
it's
counting at
that
the
thou
same time.
didst not record all mine words.
No, listen. Every time I cast sending, this happens. You get to the middle of a message and you already lost how many words that you've said. It's just the thing that happens. You can't talk and count words at the same, or at least I can't. I can't count and talk words at the same time.
I have it at
But
23
I was using
words.
mine fingers.
Dear Norgrin, Briv says he lovest you. How are the children? I hopest that they and thee art well. I am in Wildemount. 2 words left.
2
I
words
hadn't
left.
added the thing about this is from Briv.
We can also have it Briv lovest you, which saves you some words.
Briv,
Tis like
love
trying to
this.
compose a tweet.
What's it
Very
like?
well.
Word?
Very well. Yes, tweet. Tweet. Like the bird. All right, so
Penelope, what do you
words.
know about that? I don't know what he's talking about.
she art a druid. She knowest how tweeting occurs. Very well. So, 2 words.
So you are now at 21 words.
Oh, 21 words. So I have 4 words.
Yes.
My last word. Does a colon count?
Well, I have to
There's
say
punctuation.
the punctuation is implied. If I say colon, then it's a word.
Mine last word, huzzah!
Okay.
I'm sure that will do the trick. She will not worry any longer knowing that I am in Wildemount.
All right, I'm going...
I shall be able to go another several weeks to a month without contacting her.
Perhaps not using the phrase "my last word."
Yeah,
in
maybe I'll
your
just...
"I'm all right" message.
That sounds good. And then I could just add the huzzah at the end. And then the colon is implied. All right, I'm going to send a sending to Norgren.
Universe.
Hmm?
And this can take some time to get back.
Oh, am I back?
Yes, you are.
I went to a faraway realm. It is almost like the Feywild connected with me, and I saw a lot of moss.
It's
You
from the
should talk-
sweat.
Yeah.
It's from the face sweat.
So the way the spell is written is that I can send it across any distance, including planes.
That's correct.
It takes me an action to do, and it enables the person that hears it to respond. But Orkira has had the she's encountered the issue of like sending messages across planes, and it takes a while, which is why she said something. But it's very possible we hear something immediately back. You never know. So anyway, she's going to cast sending. She's going to send to Norgren Steelmarrow, and she's going to picture in her head this beautiful orc that exactly as Briv has described. And she's going to say this message in all caps.
And say the message for me.
Hello, Norgren. Briv says he lovest you. How art the children? I hopest that they are well. Briv is in Wildemount. He's all right. Huzzah! Colon.
That did not sound like mine message. I said mine last words.
Yeah, but I thought we decided that you didn't want us to say.
Thou must have
your
decided
last
that when I
words.
went to the Feywild for 10 seconds.
Well, you shouldn't have gone to the Feywild while we were deciding that it would sound weird to tell your
So much
wife
moss.
your last words. So, you're okay.
Perhaps thine wisdom has shone through in this moment, yes.
If I hear back, I will let you know.
Very well. She probably will give thee an earful, to be honest.
Well, she can only give me an earful in 25 words or less.
Oh, there are small mercies in this life.
I will make sure to pass along all 25 words. While we wait, we want to get some food and figure out what we want to do next.
Can I talk to her through this sending at all times?
Only if you can cast sending.
I
Otherwise,
must
it's got to
learn
be
this
through me or
spell.
through Alyndra.
To
All
be
right, at
able
some
to
point-
limit to 25 words.
Yes.
At some point, if you would prefer to actually either to communicate directly with her or your children, and they agree, we can set up a bond for you, and you'll have an hour of being able to
An
speak to
hour
one
of
another.
just talking? Sounded
Sending-
like a nightmare.
Pictures. Fair enough.
I shall keep thine offer in mind. I would rather speaketh in 25 words. If I were there with her in physical person and could reach out and touch her much, then I would prefer that time.
Oh,
But
I lied.
tis
I
but
thought-
talking, I am not interested.
I need them in range, and they would not be. So, never mind. I can't do that at this point unless we can go to them and then cast it and then continue adventuring.
Fair
Well,
enough.
yes.
All right, so we should figure out how to get Briv home. And we're looking for a golden beetle. And anything else?
Food.
Food. Yeah, let's get Briv food before he eats all my marshmallows.
So during this time, we had a few spell books and things that we picked up. over time. Is there anything that we've been able to glean from those?
No, that's going to take a lot of time. For you to glean anything like that is about dinner time for you, and the sun is slowly setting on Hupperdook. And as you know, there is the rush. The rush happens once that bell rings. It's going to be party time. So if you do want to get dinner for whatever reason, you got about an hour and a half to grab some grub before, Hupperdook pops off and becomes a gnome party.
Got to get something in your stomach before that happens.
Yeah, we've seen their sewers.
We learned that the hard way.
Yeah, definitely.
Orkira, you're talking, and then this suddenly happens to you. What is this Wildemount? The children are well? I am well. I have killed many enemies this day. You have chores.
What chores? Oh, I guess we're done.
Are you
Briv.
sending another message?
No.
Didst thou hear from Norgren?
Yeah. She said she's okay. She's killed a lot of enemies. The kids are okay. And apparently I have chores.
Thou hast chores.
That's what she said.
Is she hiring thee?
She didn't offer any money. Also, she didn't tell me what the
That
chores
sounded
were, but
like
she
her.
only had 25 words, so...
I am so confused.
Do you have
Canst
any
thou
chores?
send another sending
She
saying,
only used 17 of them, if she has more to say.
I am confused. Oh, wait, we have to say Briv says, I am confused.
Well, are you confused about the chores? Or are you confused about your wife being okay and your kids being okay? Because that seemed pretty straightforward.
Did she say anything about battle
Only that she had killed a lot of enemies.
today, or just like since I have been gone?
She didn't specify that, no. 25 words, Briv.
Would
did
have
a very
been
good job of
impressive if
being-
it was today, but I've been gone a long time, and
I'm
if
totally okay with this being the entire show.
there is no scale.
All right, I'm casting sending. We're doing
No.
this.
I don't know if I meant it.
Too late.
No takebacks.
Briv wants to know how many enemies you killed today. Also, what chores do I have? Thanks. There, I've sent sending. I'm gonna send another
Thou
sending.
didst waste
for-
words.
Well, I was doing it on the fly. That's what happens, is you do things on the fly. All right, while we wait for her to get back to me, because that'll...
Who has the garbage? And walking the dire wolf.
What did she say?
Also, 3.
She's killed 3 enemies today.
Oh,
I'm supposed to take care of the garbage and walk the dire wolf? Do we have a dire wolf? Penelope, can you turn
Thou
into a
does
dire
not
wolf?
have a dire wolf. I have a dire wolf.
Would you like to turn into a dire wolf and go for a walk so I can finish my chores?
Wax.
Orkira, I am surprised that thou dost not know what is going on here. 'Tis mine chores, not thine.
I don't know, it seemed pretty clear that she said I had chores.
Tell her that I do no longer do the garbage, that the child is big enough to take it out.
Orkira is going to lie and say, absolutely. But for now, and I'm going to look over at Penelope and wait for her to turn into a dire wolf, and we're going to go for a walk. If you want to. If you don't want to turn into a dire wolf, if you just want to go for a walk,
yeah.
that's fine.
She always wants to. She
Okay.
always needs a reason to. Poof. Dire wolf time.
Oh, that's
Orkira.
super cool.
I am
Alright, we-
ashamed of thee. Didst thou just lie?
I gotta go for a walk. Bye. And we're gonna go for a walk. And while we're outside, as we're going on a walk, all right. So Penelope, I forgot I had a thing for you. I'm gonna pull out of my bag. Shoot. I'm gonna shoot something out of my bag. Where is my equipment? There it is. So, I remembered, and I gave Alyndra her gift. And I know you're a dire wolf and can't answer yet, but I'll give this to you when you're not a dire wolf anymore. So, while I was there, I got a whole bunch of stuff. And one of the things that I got, and she's going to pull out a little vial. It looks like a vial of eye drops. And she's going to hold it up to you, even though you're a dire wolf and you can't grab it. Although maybe you will. I don't know. She'll hold it up and say, so my friend Harold gave me these eye drops and he said that they turn your eyes purple. And I really haven't figured out what to do with them yet. But you've been kind of on this trickster kick. You wanted to like do fun stuff. and we're talking about that. So I thought you could figure out something to do with this. And so she's going to hold out a little eye drops that turn your eyes purple, and they're good for 7 uses. They don't do anything else.
You just see Penelope's like tail wagging and just like jumping and so excited about this trickstery thing. And what?
And you're having this lovely moment with Orkira. Outside, correct?
Yeah, we walked away
Yeah.
because I had to go take the direwolf for a walk.
You don't quite hear it because you were very hyper-focused at this moment, perhaps, on Penelope Halfbind, but there are like just like 20 gnomes running, screaming as this giant direwolf is hopping around a Dragonborn.
Oh my gosh.
I'm noticing, I'm just ignoring.
You know that it's like watching Godzilla versus the Wolfman right now. So it's a lot. It's a lot for the gnomes. So many clear the street.
You see Penelope just turn around and start barking. But she's saying in her mind, "Oh, don't run! I'm friendly. Let's be friends." And she starts chasing after them. Like, no, wait! It's a misunderstanding.
It's gonna kill us! Run, everybody! Oh my
Wait! Wait for me! I didn't realize you were going for a run. And I will run
god! It's gonna kill us too! It's a sin! Wait for me!
No, we're not killing anybody. I just have eye drops. It's fine. And I will chase.
This Dragonborn running around with his eye drops. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So the cops are coming now. So
Do Briv and Alyndra see or hear any of this commotion?
oh yeah, you hear this. Yeah.
Briv just looks over at Alyndra at this point and just says, "I am not too certain that Hupperdook is the best place for us to stay long term. I think if it has interesting effects on us all."
Meanwhile, we go running past the door again. Wait, I'm still carrying your eye drop.
I see them run past the window, and I'm like,
And then direwolf.
I think that may be one of the wiser things you've said, Briv.
I am very wise. I thank thee, Alyndra.
And while we're out, we pick up breakfast tacos.
You what?
While we're out, we pick up breakfast tacos for dinner.
Okay, you actually go to a fine gnomish establishment, and there you find it's actually a sit-in place that does produce a variety of foods, including hot dogs, pancakes, waffles, tacos. It's very much the type of place that you go after having a hard night in Hupperdook. And they have just already started cooking things up. There's a lot of grease and butter involved. Lots of it. So
We're pre-gaming with food.
yeah. So
Briv will definitely make his way there if it is close to wherever it is, because he is starving at this point.
Alyndra will as well.
Yeah. Food.
and this place is called The Slice.
Do they
Slice
have
of what? Briv
they
just says when he walks in.
Is it New York or
All gnomes
Chicago
stop.
style?
They're like, just stuff, it's just the slice. We gotta slice a lot of things.
Slice of what? I demand to know before I patronize this
Whatever
establishment.
you want.
Vegetarian, so I need to know what's in the food.
Meat.
This very tall gnome with a very large belly and grizzled hair, and over time, batter and butter has slowly just accumulated in its beard. So it's very
I love
solid
that
and
beard oil.
stiff. Yeah.
Gross.
And it's got a sopping, greasy, what must have once been, a cook's outfit. Now it seems like, I don't know, something you found in the sewer. Is just like, why? He wants to know what the slice is.
'Tis what I asketh.
You don't need to know that. You just need to eat the food. It's great food.
I shall have it all.
Okay, that was easy. And
I feel as though we are not on the same wavelength, however. I said that I shall have it all. And so that means that your other customers shall probably be found wanting.
Briv,
That's fine with if you got the coin. That's fine with me.
I have something I shall trade thee.
We are preparing for drunk rush though, so I don't think that you necessarily have as much as you think.
How much for all of it?
But that's a lot.
Or let me be conservative. I shall have one of each menu item.
Right. So I mean, you could have it all. is
For
the
how
thing.
much?
Oh, I'd say 1,000 gold.
No,
Oh.
nope.
2,000 gold.
It's easy.
You could even have this in. You could buy this restaurant. You could own
For how
this-
much?
5,000 gold. You can own the slice.
5,000 gold? Wilt thou still run it?
Probably not.
What wilt thou do?
Retire. Go out. Live on a farm.
Live on a farm?
Yeah, I don't know. I might raise potatoes.
Horribly boring life.
Yeah, well, some of us were born into it. Feel attacked.
Very well. I shall not buy thine restaurant because I want thee to continue to contribute to this society here in Hupperdook.
Are you saying farmers do not contribute?
I did not say that, but it sounds like thou didst.
You paladins, you look like a paladin just from your bearing. I'm just saying. And you probably took the oath
Oh,
of
thank
oath
you.
of rudeness. Oath of rudeness.
'Tis a compliment. I am normally not identified as a paladin. I thank thee.
Can we back away slowly now?
Is anyone
I
ordering?
just want the food.
All right.
I haven't eaten for 16 hours and 30 minutes.
All right,
Penelope,
it's the order between 1 and 68. Everyone gets with it, one of each. Everything.
Penelope's right behind Briv, just looking extremely menacing, just backing you up as
Are
a
you
dire
still
wolf.
the dire wolf?
Yes.
If Briv sees this, he just reaches down and like tousles the fur, like petting.
But you know, her dire wolf is actually kind of cute, so it's not that threatening.
Every once in a while, a gnome
Real
walks in.
fluffy with a
Oh.
little underbite.
You try to
look,
growl
that
and it
was
just comes
such
out as a
long
smile.
Day. It's such a long day. I can't wait to go to the slice. Oh, that's a giant wolf. All right. Leaves immediately. What is Alyndra doing? A lot of this doesn't look vegetarian. I mean, there
No,
are
yeah,
vegetables
Alyndra's
that
gonna-
have been cooked in butter.
I will.
And ham
Alyndra
juices and
I don't trust anything here, so I'm going to just reach into my pack and have some dried rations instead, which are not particularly delicious, but at least I know they're
All right. Everyone.
ethically sourced.
exactly.
Ethically sourced. Yeah. So what's all everyone eating? Tell me the meal that you asked to be prepared.
Briv just ordered one of everything, so Orkira is just going to steal from him.
Okay. They
Basically.
arrive with several paper bags and paper cardboardish plates filled with all sorts of things. Waffles filled with cheese and bacon, you know, that kind of thing. Just things. Maybe this is why gnomes don't have the longest lifespan. Maybe
What?
Maybe you've just found it.
What is actually coming to me in a slice?
Technically nothing, actually.
They don't have pie, they don't have cake, they don't have pizza, they don't have All right, now I'm with Briv. I'm kind of annoyed. Why isn't it?
The name of this restaurant offends me.
Oh, I'm not offended. It's just weird.
All right. What does the dire wolf, who is in this establishment, keeping it pretty clear, eating off the table?
Penelope's going for anything sweet.
Okay.
You want the waffles covered with syrup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's this. Oh, tell me how messy this is, please.
Oh, sticky. A lot of sticky fur. It's just a lot.
Oh wait, you wanted extra syrup? More syrup?
Whenever this
Okay.
starts happening, Briv is like kind of like trying to just rake some of it out of the fur and like, putting it back on some of the food.
You're
that he's
getting
eating.
90% fur, but yeah, it still tastes great.
Yeah.
So, it's not the first time you've eaten direwolf fur. So, yeah.
But it's the first time you've eaten Penelope's direwolf fur, and that's a little weird.
And that is a reek. That's
When she
definitely showing up. In
transforms
there.
back, what happens? Do you find like a Penelope baby
Hair?
toe or something?
I don't even know how to respond to that. It's either me or
I
Orkira.
don't know where that came from in my brain. I'm sorry. We're all timey-wimey today. I'm just going to redact that. That never happened.
No. That was said.
I foresaw this moment and
Right, no.
had
And
a
we're
different
rewinding.
joke.
Wait, when you druid shapeshift, does your toes become your face? When you turn into a wolf, do your feet change first into the head? And then does
I
that
am
mean
so
your head
confused.
is the butt? When you shapeshift, is that how it works as a druid?
Orkira is grabbing a hot dog for her and a hot dog for Keen and is going to announce, I'm going to go bring Keen dinner, and is going to try to back away from all this conversation.
Oh, I have so many questions for your halfling friend. It's wild, right? Just the feet must come together and form jaws, and then teeth, and then the head must become a butt.
Penelope is a butthead.
Gross. So gross.
Penelope
What?
whacks you with her tail. It's a headbutt.
Headbutt for butthead.
Strong headbutt, Penelope. Well
Is it-
played.
This is what happens when we start late, everyone. Things get away. Everyone make a Constitution saving throw except for Alyndra.
Oh.
I feel like we're just rolling to roll now. No, I'm just joking.
I've
Oh.
been through this before.
We've had one
Remember a
long...
certain kitchen.
+4 if you're near me. I
Okay.
think most everyone is.
Got a nat 20.
Oh, nice!
Oh,
Hey!
yay! Legendary bundle. On
Someone's gonna be fine.
Constitution.
I got
Yeah.
a natural 1 for a
Constitution.
total of like
Exit out.
9. But
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got a 13.
You got a 13.
Mm.
You have a case of the Rumbly Tumbies. Orkira Eldrex.
Oh.
And you actually take 3 points of poison damage. Briv Steelmarrow, however, with a 1, you take no damage at all, but you feel very full. Very full. Your stomach, in fact, it's almost like when you eat pasta, like orc pasta, it just expands more and more. And now your stomach is like, ooh.
I tell thee, intermittent fasting works. It shrinketh thine stomach.
Something didn't sit right with me. I shouldn't have had that last hot dog.
I need a perception check from Orkira.
Okay.
And Penelope Halfpint, since you are a direwolf.
Oh, I think I get
24.
is this hearing or smelling perchance?
Yes, I will go with hearing.
Okay, then I get advantage.
Nice.
Yay. Okay, that is +4. That's 19.
What'd you get, Orkira?
24.
Oh my god. Okay, so Orkira, you see something, but what Penelope experiences is just you hear his stomach growling, and it's just like,
Oh.
That seems normal. Does that all the time.
ooh.
Oh, wait, there's more.
You, Lauren.
He had to wipe his beard after that one.
Okay. It's not my finest moment.
Nope, it's amazing. I love it. I love every bit of it. Keep it coming. Yep. What does Orkira get?
Lauren, Orkira sees his stomach move back and forth a little bit. You're not quite sure. Like, you think you saw that.
Also normal.
Briv, what did you eat?
whatever this establishment that is completely named incorrectly has fed me. So I think it was that and that. Oh, and that one too.
It's
Wait,
not-
those
it's
two
not.
right there.
It's perfectly nicely named establishment.
Can I figure out, does he just have a really bad case of indigestion and none of us should sleep nearby while he's using the loo, or is there something else going on?
It's a little column A, a
Dost
little
thou
column
sleep
B.
near
Do you
the
have
loo
medicine?
normally?
Do I have medicine? I don't know what I'm going to roll for it, but I will try.
Do I have medicine?
I mean, I've got pluses to it. Let's see what I get.
You're like the coolest doctor ever.
18.
Yeah, you put. How do you want to inspect Briv Steelmarrow's belly? It's only how your medicine works.
Well, it's making all of these obvious noises, and obviously I can't look into his belly, so I think Orkira just sticks her head up next to his belly to get a closer listen, and then like puts a hand next to her head for a good feel. Like just, all right, Briv, hold still for a second.
Orkira?
So
Shush,
As
I'm
if-
listening.
as if Briv Steelmarrow is pregnant, his stomach is sticking out and moving. You stick your ear to it, and several gnomes like, woo! That was such a long day. Never mind, none of a business. Sorry. Let me walk back out.
Shh, I'm listening.
Listening to what?
Orkira?
What was that? What did I just hear? Is that
You-
like not indigestion? That is something alive in his
What
stomach?
was your roll?
Is
Is it
18.
22?
Yeah, so
Sorry, I had to do math and then do minus math because I still have a
whatever-
-1. So
whatever is in his stomach is alive.
all right, I want to take a quick look over the buffet we have before us. What could have been infected with eggs, or maybe still been alive, or had eggs while it was still alive? Like, what's on
Or maybe my gut flora has come alive because I have been intermittently fasting.
or maybe that. Sure. What do I know about half-orc anatomy? No, I've only got a medicine of +9. What could he possibly have in his stomach?
I need
that-
some
from
kind
this-
of investigation check from people to determine.
Well, so Orkira will be saying all this loud. There's something in there. There's something that was in the food, I think.
There is
or-
much in there. I have eaten a good bit.
Yes. Did you eat anything that was still alive? Because there's something alive in your stomach.
What?
I do not make that distinction whenever I eat
Oh,
things.
gosh.
Yeah, we
Briv,
should have.
come here.
Very well.
Just need to. May I banish you for a moment, please?
Why?
Just for a moment, just to find out what's going on.
Where will I be? Will I cease to exist?
You'll go into the ethereal plane just for a moment, and then you'll be
Is
back.
it dark there?
No, it's sort of here-ish, but different.
Will I still see you all?
Possibly, I don't know.
I feel
Only
like
last-
thou dost
last
not know
few
where thou
minutes.
art sending.
I'm sorry, you'll go to a harmless demi-plane, not the ethereal plane. So you'll just go to our...
I've never been to a demi-plane before.
Time to take a little bit of exploration.
Yeah, it's an adventure.
Will there be food there, or should I take some with me?
You'll find out. There might be snacks.
Very well. 1 minute only.
Yes, 1 minute only. Even less,
well.
perhaps. I will banish Briv, hoping that whatever creature is inside him stays.
This is the reverse of Penelope in the gelatinous
Mhm.
cube.
We had outside in, now we need inside out.
Briv suddenly disappears. Briv, you are suddenly surrounded with a very muted version of the real world. You know, the colors bleed into each other. You feel as if you yourself are suddenly floating in air, and as you look at shapes and things like that, they start to twist and move like a kaleidoscope, and every time you breathe, you feel like that's the only sound in this entire universe is you breathing.
This place is incredible.
Previously, though, on Hupperdook,
Meanwhile,
giant, sloshy, yellowish, gooey mass drops to the ground where Briv Stillmarrow once was, including lots of his stomach acid, just splatters onto the floor and sprays a bunch of gnomes who were also about to come in again into the slice, and it sprays them with grossness, and they're like, oh God, what is going on? Ew! Ew! And they run away.
what is the thing?
Is
What do we
this
see?
weird amorphous blob, yellowish, just moving and trying to form itself?
Does it
Can
look
we
like
move this out of the way so when Briv comes back, he doesn't reappear on it?
Are you trying to scoop it away?
I mean, is there a broom or something we can
Shoo.
scooch it out?
Shoo.
The health inspector walks in right now. It's time for the inspection. Perhaps
Yeah.
I'll come back at
I have
another
no problem
time.
with them shutting this
Yeah.
place down. Not one bit.
I'm gonna grab a chair and I'm gonna use the chair to like push it out of Briv's space and also like try to identify what food did this come from?
Alyndra,
If it
you
can-
stick your broom in and immediately it melts.
The broom?
The broom. The broom just completely disappears.
Like acid melts? Or...
Yeah, like acid melt.
So it was my stomach acid. That makes sense.
I mean,
Almost immediately, and it starts to try to crawl up the broom, and it's kind of trying to hold on to the broom. It likes the broom.
I drop the broom. I mean, I figure if it's acid, it's gonna burn through it before it can get to the top,
It just
right?
sucks up the broom like a noodle. Just
I want to look over at the proprietor of this place and say, "What were you feeding us?"
oops. I don't know. I've never seen that before. We made your friend disappear, and there's a blob. You turned your friend into a blob. That's
No.
terrible. You terrible people. You have to all leave now.
No, our friend is coming back.
Nothing to see here. No,
Our friend is coming back in a moment, and he's gonna want to know what you put in his stomach.
I don't
or-
put anything. You put things in his stomach. How do you
That-
know?
That came from you. We were eating here.
Looks like he had an infection.
He had a what?
An infection.
And this infection, where did it come from? Have you seen
He
this
just-
before?
just- I don't know. You guys look like you've been around. You could have gone in from anywhere.
Yeah, but we were here.
That's also true. But we're closed down. We're closed, actually. Yeah, we close at 5. So thank you. We appreciate your business. You may leave now.
Yeah, we'll leave as soon as we take care of this and our friend comes back. Or, unless you want us to just leave this gooey mass here for you to take care of since you fed us the food that put it in Briv's stomach.
Yeah. I can take care of that thing. No problem. And the ooze is coming after Alyndra a little bit. This weird blob, and it keeps on trying to get like almost like a ball shape now. You're not quite sure, but it's just kind of like rolling towards Alyndra.
Can anyone help contain this, please?
Is it far enough away from where Briv is going to reappear that we don't have to worry about Briv reappearing?
Yeah, Briv, you've just gone through the entire sequence of Doctor Strange. You've seen things. Briv, you see your face, and then you see a giant planet that is the giant face of Briv Steelmarrow, and then you dip into the watery depths of Briv Steelmarrow's eyes, and you're swimming in your own pupil, and then you see another Briv Steelmarrow, very tiny, coming directly for you at this exact moment, almost the size of a raindrop, and hits you right in the eye. And that little Briv Steelmarrow is swimming around in your pupil, and then you come back.
Hi, welcome back. That was in your stomach.
Send me back.
No, not right now. Maybe later, as a treat.
What was in my stomach?
This.
This
Oh.
buttery mass is almost now semi-hopping towards Alyndra. As Alyndra is like walking away, it's like
I want to basically just slice it.
You
Are
attack
you
it.
just-
Go and roll. Roll an attack roll.
You seem so hurt by that, Todd.
Perhaps
hurt
this
by
is
this
what the
entire
restaurant is
episode.
named after. Because I'm about to slice it.
Oh, that's the name of the movie we're watching.
I rolled a 1 on the die. That is 2 in a row.
Oh, jeez.
That is 2
You
in a row.
just slice right through a chair. Just bam. And then the stone cracks underneath
very-
the chair.
Slippery
Why?
little buttery
breaking
fiend.
the furniture.
You're acting like Keen now. Are you okay?
Obviously, the Eladrin is rubbing off on me.
Oh,
Please clip that and
damn.
send that to TJ Storm right now.
Hold on,
I
I'll text
only
him.
turn it on when it matters, Penelope. Obviously, this is a little butter creature, and I was just halfway trying to attack it.
Is it really made out of butter? Are we really looking at a giant stick of butter? Did you butter us, Todd?
Make an investigation check.
Oh, why?
May I also?
Yes,
Please, please. I mean, I'll make one, but
I mean,
You have
Briv shouldn't have
advantage.
to investigate.
Penelope,
He is
have finds.
intimately aware of butter.
What?
you have advantage on your perception, your investigation.
I got a 10.
15.
Nope. And nope.
Yeah, advantage is not that great when you don't have nothing. 15. It smells like butter. It smells a little bit like butter, and it definitely appears to be sentient.
Flo, canst thou help with this? And Briv kind of moves her out of his. She normally lives inside his loincloth, essentially, and brings her out. Canst thou? What? You don't have people living in your loincloth? So essentially,
don't know how to
brings
answer
Flo
that.
out. Flo Sholo comes out, and she, I say, Flo, canst
What
thou
is flow?
communicate?
What is flow for
Flo
audiences?
is a flumph. Flo is a beautiful little flumph that has been with Briv primarily in his loincloth for a very long time, and sometimes assists with the really, really hard things. And that's one of the reasons that Briv brought her out right now, because Briv is utterly confused about what this creature is, and Flo always seems to know how to fix problems. So Flo emerges out, and Briv has, over time at least in his mind, learned to communicate with her. That probably does not hold up, but he thinks that he is communicating with her telepathically, and he thinks really, really hard.
And we know that because he puts his fingers to his temple.
Yes. And basically,
Which is not the international symbol of telepathy, as
Yeah.
many great scholars have said, but no, it's
in his head, just starts saying, "Figure out this buttery mass and see if it is friend or foe."
Hi, Flo. Don't touch it, though, because it seems to be made out of Briv's stomach acid.
Flo, touch it if it needs to be
Why has
touched.
no one let me out since we got here?
Flo,
I sensed the dimension portal. And
You
then
come out
no one
every
said-
night, Flo. I mean, we have people watching us right now, but they
No.
don't watch every moment.
Now is the time you want me to come out?
I want you to come out to help us with this butter beast.
What do you want me to do?
Find
Now that you
out
need me.
if it is friend or foe. I always need thee, Flo. Wow, thou art acting like mine wife now.
Well, maybe she has a reason.
That is beside the point, Flo. Please help us, Flo. I am sorry that thou hast lived in mine loincloth for perhaps too long of a stretch of time. I shall get thee some kind of backpack housing or something where thou dost not have to live in mine loincloth. If thou wilt just help us now, please.
Under her breath to either Penelope or Alyndra, whoever is closer, Orkira is going to say, is it just me, or is it every time he say lives in my loincloth? It's weird. It's just weird.
worse and worse.
Okay.
It's terrible.
All right.
There
Flo
are
just
other creatures that live
floats
in there,
over,
too.
and this thing's still hopping towards Alyndra a little bit. And Flo, like,
It is. weird. It is butter. That's also weird.
Flo not helping so far. We already had all this figured out.
Okay.
Flo, if it makes you feel any better, Wildemount has kind of sucked for all of us. You haven't really wanted to be
It's
out in
been
it.
the worst.
This has been the
I
best
was
thing to happen.
protecting thee.
Like living in someone's loincloth
It
This
was
has
better
been the
than this horrible place.
for 7 days.
this has been the best thing to happen so far.
Maybe for you.
I was protecting thee, Flo. Thou dost not always know what is best for thine self. I feel as though I am thine father.
This is just
So
getting creepy.
Tis my job.
It's just
Tis my job to protect thee.
Alyndra does a minor illusion of a shovel that she hands over to Briv.
Okay, so
What am I supposed to do with this?
So
just keep digging that hole, Briv. Just keep
Unless I
on
want me
digging.
to hit the butter beast with it.
I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is.
Okay, Flo, back in the loincloth.
no.
Oh,
Briv, you-
okay. All right. I said I would get thee a backpack.
Accept a backpack.
and just rolls up Flo's tendrils like a flying jellyfish and goes into a backpack.
Flo, dost thou need anything while thou art in there? I don't even know what flumps eat. Thou hast been with me for years, and I've never seen thee
You're
eat.
just now asking this question?
I mean, Alyndra, I have heard that thou art grown and thou canst get thine own food.
That was you, not Flo. And I'm sure Flo could get their own food. Were we in a
they
place
probably
where...
eat thoughts or something. They're telepathic creatures.
That's true.
Well, that would
And
explain a lot then.
Whatever they eat, they get horrific gas. I know this.
Is that Flo laughing in the backpack? Do we hear Flo snickering
Let's
at
say it is.
Alyndra's joke?
Let's pretend the DM never breaks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was totally Flo. Well, that was really disturbing. We should do something about this butter creature that came
I
out of
think we
Briv's
should just
stomach.
leave the butter beast for the proprietor of this horrifically named establishment to deal with. He tried to kill me.
Is
Butter Beast extends two little pseudopods at Alyndra.
Oh, it's trying to say mama.
No, we're not gonna. No.
Thou wert the
And-
first creature that it saw. It would have been me, but
It kind of was you. It was inside of you.
Inside of you.
yeah, but then I went to the floaty awesome place. And
Oh no, it's trying to. I have a feeling I'm gonna need counterspell.
imprinting
I'm
upon
going
me.
to look at it and I am going to point at it and command it to melt.
It's the most horrific use of that spell I have ever heard. I am impressed, Alyndra.
And I have foreseen this moment, so we'll have a 9.
Power Word Melt is definitely something I don't want to see in the the player's handbook. I'm way more comfortable with Power Word Kill. Power Word Melt is like level 12. Like that's.
I don't know. They seem like the same spell to me.
I guess it's how you want to flavor it.
Mm.
Flavor. I got it, Todd.
Mm-hmm.
Get inspiration.
No.
I get paid to do this.
Oh, ow.
We all.
My brain hurts.
My cheeks hurt.
TJ's
Well-
cheeks hurt too, but that's why the moss. I don't know why I'm going with that.
Well, quarantine life.
Quarantine life.
No. Nope.
Find yourself a comfortable chair. What are you doing, Alyndra Sarrbarand?
I used command and I foresaw this moment. So it gets a 9. Needs a
You did
14
not.
wisdom save.
You did
Yes, I
not. Now we need to start defining what foreseeing a moment is.
If this isn't a
Let's
moment to
trace that out.
foresee,
No, but yeah, it just you see go, and you command it to melt, and it just lays flat.
Wait,
Just like a puddle of
hang on,
butter.
just outside of character. I know my parents well enough to be upset versus not being upset and recognize Sophia's stuff. Like if I knew
You
that,
can roll an
I wouldn't
Arcana
attack
check.
it, but okay. It's a 19.
Yeah, you got a bad feeling about this. This seems like some kind of chicanery that your mother did.
Like a wait.
Is this like a long con, or is this all of a sudden out of
And-
nowhere?
And the ooze of butter on the ground, it's not melted, it just squished itself flat, just goes.
Lindy.
That is downright disturbing.
Yes.
Lindy.
Oh, that's the only word it
What?
knows. Give me a break.
All right, so everyone leave. Good time for leaving. Thank you. You can take your gross maple wolf, and you can take your
She's not
giant
gross.
puddle of butter, and you can take your paladin oath of rudeness, and you can just leave my fine establishment. Goodbye.
Rude. Thou dost think I'm rude? Thou tried to kill me with a butter beast.
She made you disappear. I didn't try to kill you with the butter beast. You just have a poor constitution.
Mine constitution is epic.
Alyndra,
Apparently not.
are we talking to this thing, or do you want me to kill it with fire?
I was trying to get some information.
Okay, then I won't.
I
kill
I mean,
with
it
fire,
is
which-
talking. Obviously, it's a
Ready
sentient creature.
fire.
work for.
ready my fire as if it's not always ready.
Is it responding beyond just saying Lindy?
No, this thing's only been alive for about 5 seconds.
So,
Do-
like,
do
I
not-
know my own mother's stuff. So, what, like,
She's made
How-
lots of alchemical experiments.
huh?
Briv's gonna go up and try to slice it in two again.
Well, it's flat. Okay, you make an attack roll.
I'm very serious.
Yes.
He would. There is no way he would let
You are
this
far down the
continue.
rabbit hole on this one.
Yeah.
You just did traverse space and time, but this is
That-
still upsetting.
That is a 27 with a 19 on the die.
All right, roll me some damage.
Ugh, so disturbing. That is 12 damage.
A whole 12? Okay.
I mean, if I think that this thing is still living through this, like, I'm going to smite it.
yeah, that's a hard.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to
Yeah.
smite it to make sure.
You go smite. You can do your smite.
I'm going to use my highest level spell slot.
Okay.
Wow, what did Briv
And-
see when he went to the other plane?
No.
All right, so hold on. That's going to be how many D8? Let's
Why
see.
does he
So,
hate
yeah.
butter so much?
All of a sudden.
So that's a total then of that'd be 32 points of damage.
The butter explodes.
Lindy.
Does it explode onto me?
All
Just
over
a
you,
sound
all over Lindy, all over Maple Wolf, all over Orkira. And also the chef. All right, I've just had about enough of all of you.
Serves
Also,
thee
I-
right.
I prestidigitate it away.
Please do not do.
I start
such
cleaning up
magics.
after Briv.
Please do not do magics on me. And you see Briv starting to like collect the butter, and he's getting some of the
Briv,
additional
don't-
chicken wings there.
Don't, Briv.
And
Hey,
he-
remember before when we had the discussion about eating things and not eating things? This is something you shouldn't eat.
Not going to banish you again just because you eat it again.
Don't eat
Especially
it.
if you
This
know
is
what
like an
you're-
Ouroboros
Don't.
of bad choices. You just dipped
I
chicken wings
thought-
into the butter of the thing that
Twas
infected
not
you, and you
talking
ate
any
it.
longer. I
Don't-
thought it was inert.
Okay.
You know what? It was inert when it went in your stomach the first time. Let's
And yet
not put
cons-
it in your stomach the
Mine
second time.
stomach
And yet
creates life.
Let's not find out. Don't eat it.
Possible it's that
I
someone
have a
figured out
magic
that if you mix stomach acid with butter and then
I do that all the
reagents
time,
that
and it doesn't produce
there's a
life.
reaction.
But today I am blessed.
Or cursed. I mean, look what
I
it
have
created.
life.
You created a butter abomination.
Abomination.
But thou art saying it was
Buttermation.
life.
This is a buttermation.
I'm asking you not to create another one, please. As I'm
Very well.
continuing to just...
I shall do it when our enemies least suspect it.
Well, now we have
It's
a new
when it's
emote I
we
gotta
are
make.
cursed. That's a new.
We are cursed, yep. Please don't.
I will not do it until it is the right time. Powers like this are not granted by the gods on accident, Orkira.
You know, you have a very different relationship with powers from your god than I do.
Right, mine actually listens.
Mine listens all the time. Hey, listen, the reason you're alive is because it's mine listened, okay?
Perhaps it's because mine protect me all the time.
Have we turned into teenagers?
Yes.
I told thee that Hupperdook is bad for us. Let us please depart this God's forsaken land.
All right, let's go get Keen. Let's get out of here. Let's go get Keen, and let's go somewhere. This is now the
Huzzah.
second city in this world that we don't want to be in anymore.
I need a. I will make you hate everything, every town in Wildemount. Apparently, that's what I'm doing.
Sounds like a fun place to be.
Welcome to the show. So,
Come on.
Penelope Half-Fight, I need a perception check with advantage, involving your nose or your ears.
Hey. And ooh, yes, that's a dirty 20.
You have a dirty 20. Everyone's walking out. The gnome is cursing you. Yeah, don't come back again. You just disappearing maple wolf buttery things. Gross. It's not even hygienic. And you hear, as you are walking out on all fours,
Oh, can I investigate that? Do I want to?
it sounds very familiar.
Does it sound like butter?
It sounds like a language you know a little bit of.
Yes, I'm investigating that.
Okay.
Maple Wolf, where art thou going?
Okay. Yeah, it looks like Twitch just had a... Okay.
I think okay, we're back up. Yeah, Twitch is having a few issues. It has been all day, so unsurprisingly, it came for us and all our buttery goodness.
How dare it?
Smooth like butter.
Smooth, exactly like butter. You, Penelope Half-Pint, smell and hear there is something in the back room. That's where the sound is coming from.
Penelope will pop out of being a direwolf and go into shrub mode, put up on her chewing mask.
All right. First off, when you changed, your feet were not your head. That was very you liar. And why are you a bush now? With a chewing mask.
Because I'm investigating.
Who are you? I'm looking at this owner-operator.
All right, yeah. So this bush just starts moving.
I would like to follow the bush.
Real super casual, like towards the kitchen, around the counter, and heading towards the kitchen with the chewing mask on.
Where is she going? All the food is out here.
I don't know, but we're going to find out. I'm going to follow the bush.
No. No one's allowed behind the counter. No one's allowed behind the counter. No, you bush, stop moving your bush.
Who is going to stop us? And Briv like physically imposes himself between the gnome and listen, I just hold his forehead. Thine arms art too short. Thou canst hit me, little gnome.
Leave me alone. Get out of my place. You're rude.
What are you hiding?
Not hiding anything. Everything's normal. This entire thing is normal.
Maple
Nothing weird
Wolf
has
is not to
happened.
be fooled.
No.
I cast detect magic.
You
I cast follow Penelope.
you don't detect. Oh my! Wow, what did I do in my head? You put a little bit of a firm grip on my skull. Detect magic doesn't cause anything to go off.
I am going to divine sense.
Ooh, what is
Because
that?
I have to do this all the time now because Freely went and made a warlock pact. So it is just going to sense the presence of undead, fiends, celestial, basically outsider type creatures within 60 feet.
You don't sense that. No, you don't.
Okay.
All right. So you've basically effectively grappled the gnome. Can you go and make me a grapple check?
Mm-hmm. I am fairly good at that. All right, let's see. Well, that is a 21.
Oh yeah. He's not going anywhere. You got him right by the skull. In fact, you can kind of lift him like a lunchbox if you wanted to, by the head.
I like this nickname, Lunchbox. I have thee now, Lunchbox. Thine restaurant is badly named. I shall let thee go when thou dost decide to name it something better, like the Butter Beast.
I hate all of you. This is the worst. I
created life in this place. 'Tis a sacred and holy land.
don't know what's happening. I don't know.
I'm just trying to distract them.
Okay.
Where the rest of the
Penelope Half-Fight, the bush, just sneaks through the double like doors and they kind of flap back and forth and they're just covered in grease and grime. And you find this very, very disgusting kitchen. Oh my God. It's so gross. Just rusted knives, all kinds of weird implements. And as you look around Penelope Half-Fight, you see just like weird things like you've seen meat grinders, right? Like things that you would like put in there and then like squeeze out into a different shape. And there's all kinds of things like presses that look like waffles. They've been turning all of this yellow goo into food. They've been like somehow using these machines to churn it out and make it into waffles or pancakes. Everything here stinks and reeks of butter, and they've been adding spices and all kinds of things to make it smell like other types of food or have different texture. Like they've like cooked it on pans to give it like a fake kind of texture like it.
Oh. Orkira, what do we?
Yeah, what did you?
What do we do with this information?
Run. But was there a reason you came back here besides for us now to be horrified? Because I'm horrified.
I thought I heard something. Yeah, there it is. I follow it. I gotta find it.
I will follow Penelope.
It's hard to find. It seems to be coming from somewhere near the room, but you don't see any doors.
I lean into the goo. I'm listening. Is it the yellow goo?
No, it almost vibrates on the same frequency though. It does like quiver when you hear this, but that's not where the sound's coming from.
Am I hearing this now?
Yeah.
Does this sound like the gelatinous cube?
Not unlike the gelatinous cube, but something else.
So it's the butter. It's Briv's butter stomach butter thingy.
Seems related.
Okay. Penelope, does
Briv just comes over, still has the gnome like holding it out, kind of opens the door. What is it? What
His head, the red marks around his head are increasing, and his eyes are getting a little cross-eyed. You know, he's like, this is, you know, the neck is not really a load-bearing structure for anything. Like, you know, like it's the body.
Oh, hush! 'Tis good for thine invertebrae.
Yeah, he's like a full inch longer now.
Where's this noise coming from? Does anyone know? Can anyone hear?
Alyndra will also now come to the back here after. Is there any way to sort of close the doors and lock up so people can't come in right now?
Oh, absolutely. Okay,
I'm going to do that because we don't want people coming in right now. I'm going to head to the back, and I will have Griff try and figure out if where the sound is coming from.
Okay, Griff can
As
make
well.
it's really an investigation check.
Okay.
And then
I am
depend-
so confused
Then
right
Griff is,
now.
Griff is not the one. I'm better at doing that part.
What is this? What am I even looking at?
A processing
19.
plant. You find through the grease and grime, several of on the tile floor is a trapdoor that
Okay.
is hidden.
And do you care to share what this is? And also, at that moment, I sort of look around and I go,
Doesn't look like anything to me.
Oh,
It
I'm
looks
done
like
with
a
this.
trap door.
Briv, hold him still. I'm casting Zone of Truth. I'm done with this. Nope. I need the proprietor to make a Charisma 17 saving throw.
Whoa!
Good grief.
Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
so powerful.
Don't worry, it failed.
Okay, good.
It's a whopping 3.
I go poof on the ground. Also, anybody who's within all of us need to make a Charisma saving throw DC 17 because
Plus
it fills the
4
whole
if you're my
room.
ally.
I'm going to choose to fail.
Yeah.
You can choose to fail. All I really care about is this dude, and
And
I'm
Alyndra
gonna...
just goes, I have never been so glad to be a vegetarian before. This is disgusting.
I'm rethinking my eating of meat as well. Hey, what's with this trapdoor?
Oh, shit. I'm hiding this thing I
What
stole.
What thing?
It's a thing made out of butter.
Okay, where'd you steal it from?
I stole it from an alchemist.
And let me guess,
Coming.
you've been using it to make all the other food,
Yeah.
and you
Yes.
haven't told anybody.
Yeah, it is also true.
All right.
But it's been quite profitable. It regenerates. And so we were able to make lots of food for everyone in Hupperdook.
And you
Wait. Art thou telling me that I did not create life in mine stomach?
No, you didn't.
No, my mother did. A couple of times, apparently.
Back to the thing under the floor.
Let's move on.
And so, someone opened the trapdoor into the floor.
Chink.
Thank you.
It's a dark room with a long stairway into the basement, and the whole place, the butter and the goo and the grease, there are like stalactites and stalagmites made up. It's like being in a New York subway. I don't know if any of you have been on. Yeah. Anyways,
In the 80s.
so yeah, no, just a few years ago.
Oh, okay.
I'm letting you know if you go to the wrong place.
Well, yeah,
That
too.
city's so leaky when it rains.
Listen,
is
I don't
really
want to go
leaky when
there.
it
Don't
rains.
don't make me go there, okay? It's fine. You just gotta take the right. Never mind. Hey, what else? I'm asking the guy now. What else is down there besides the butter thing that you're harvesting for all your food?
Nothing really. No, just odds and ends. We raided this alchemist shop while she was gone, and we took a lot of her stuff. And we found this little piece of, my partner, Gregor. Him and I, we stalled this shop. We called it the Slice, and we found this little tiny thing that the alchemist had made, but like we kept on feeding it, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And we realized we could open a shop. And then one day, Gregor, I'm talking a lot right now. I don't talk this much. I love Gregor, but we were making so much money. We just couldn't leave well enough alone. And he started feeling bad for the thing. And that's when I knew I had to kill him. And so I forcibly shoved Gregor into the butter cube.
What?
Thou
was-
didst kill thine partner?
I did. He was my husband, and he had to go.
Should we kill him for this horrible offense?
No, but we should definitely turn him over to the authorities. What's the name?
I'm an authority.
Yes, you're an authority on
Not
death. I'm talking about
here.
like the police people
No,
here.
I mean I signed a contract. I'm working for the police force.
I thought we're done with that by now.
I don't know.
Technically,
got paid,
the
we're
fine
done.
print
Just
of the
like yesterday.
deputization meant that it only applied while we were doing the task for them, which we were.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
I
done with
didn't
that.
read
And if
the
we
contract.
just
Did we
kill
get
him, it's just
paid for
murder. No, we'll turn him over to the authorities. What's the name of the alchemist that you stole from? Because we should give them back.
I know
their-
the answer to this.
Oh no, it's something like Sophie or Sapphire. This is this.
That sounds made up.
Yeah. The weird
Who
nanny,
does?
tall elven redhead.
Hey, Alyndra, can you let your mom know her pet's here?
Yep.
Great.
And I just sending to Sophia's.
Okay.
And I'm just like,
Now it's your
one
turn
of
to
your
come up with
toys
25
got
words.
loose again in Hupperdook. Please come clean up your mess.
This is not her mess. This guy stole from her.
Wait,
She
was that
did
little butter
create
beast
A
Gregor?
living butter beast
man.
creature that can be fed to be a hazard to all things that are
Why would she do
living. So that is arguably her mess. Not my job to clean that up.
No, but we should clean him
You're
up.
having a very mother-daughter response to this.
All right,
Um,
we should turn this guy over to the authorities. Let them know what's going on.
Do you continue to go down into the basement?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Nope. That's how it
Wait,
worked.
wait,
Orkira's
wait.
like going one way, and then Penelope in the bush.
Penelope, just in
goes
case
step by
it's
step.
trapped. Just in case it's trapped, let me go down with him first.
She already said she did.
I will look at the guy. Are there traps?
Oh no, only for it. Yeah, but nothing that would hurt you. You know, it's just surrounded by like some acid and stuff to keep it in line.
Penelope, did you hear that?
What? No.
I will walk down far enough so I could yell, just watch out for the acid!
Okay.
There's like a little moat of acid and like a metal like kind of moat that's been shoved into the concrete around this thing, into the stone, and you see this giant gelatinous cube made out of butter
Oh.
quivering, and they've been slicing off chunks of it and processing it this entire time.
Butter beast, thou hast grown.
Don't worry, little guy. We're gonna take care of you.
Like,
Ow.
take care of it?
No,
No.
no.
Tis a prisoner, correct?
Yeah.
We shall free it.
Yeah.
We should figure out where to bring it first. Also, will it fit up the stairs?
I mean, it's like butter. Can't we just like... I don't
Alyndra,
know,
did
like-
you have thoughts?
Many.
Did your mom
care
say
to
where
share
we
with the class?
where's the butter?
Did I hear back from Sophia's?
Not yet,
All right.
but you will.
All right, let's go bring the guy to the authorities and then come back and figure out where we can bring the butter cube so that it can be in its natural environment.
I mean,
doesn't
listen,
have a
we
natural
could just skip the
environment.
authority
There is-
part, and I could just kind of, move it just a little this way or that way, and
No, because that's murder, and we're not gonna murder.
Feed
it's
it.
execution.
Feed him to the butter. Feed him to the butter.
Tis a fitting and just end, I must say, Penelope.
And like
I am
Alyndra
proud of
stares
thee.
at Penelope. What?
I mean, we cannot argue with her logic.
I
No.
really don't like.
we certainly can. We don't murder people unnecessarily.
It's not murder, it's execution. He admitted to killing his husband.
And do you know all of the laws here? Is capital punishment something they do here? Has he been through a fair trial?
I follow mine heart, and I say that if thou dost do wrong, thou shalt be punished.
I'm really uncomfortable with the term execution for reasons I don't want to go into.
Mm.
I'm not very uncomfortable with it. I've executed many. Penelope, we should probably just throw him into the hot butter, correct?
Are you just asking to be banished again? Is that what this is? Because you could just ask me.
Thou canst try. I let thee the last time, Alyndra. Listen, if everyone wants to take him to the authorities and waste our time and let them kill him later, then we can do that.
I would rather do that.
I would
Very
rather
well.
do that as well.
I'm going to get that over with now, where I can come back and actually do something to help this poor creature. And Briv starts to walk up the steps, just still with the gnome in his hand.
Thank you.
Very well.
The entire place
Always
goes dark suddenly. Penelope
goody
half pint, and you
two-shoes.
hear the groaning of trees. And from around one of the implements, you see a man in a green cloak and long red hair and wispy eyebrows. Penelope half pint. Wouldn't it be funny to put a murderer in his own device?
Yeah, it would. It would.
Wouldn't it
Yeah.
be just? It'd be a funny trick. Just a thought.
That's what I was
Goodbye.
thinking. Okay, bye-bye.
And all of a sudden, you're back in the prime material plane.
All right, so while Briv's doing that, we should figure out how to get this
Briv,
butter out of here.
What
and
is it,
where
Penelope?
to bring it. So if you hear from Sophia's, let us know.
I will.
do it. Do it. Do it. It'd be funny.
Do
It'd
what?
be funny.
Funny to do what?
Just makes sense, right? It won't hurt, right?
Is this
It just-
happening telepathically? I just
No.
wanna make sure. Oh.
This is a little tiny bush that's talking to you right now. So kind of.
What would be funny?
You know, it just makes sense, you know, because it would just be, it wouldn't be, you know, the butter, it's been pained. So,
The
You know.
butter has been pained,
yeah.
and I do not like people being oppressed, even if
Wow.
people means a giant slab of butter.
Maybe we just let the butter decide. We'll ask the butter.
Everyone, I think that Penelope brings up a very good point here. I was going to take this little flea bag to the authorities, but perhaps we should let the person that is the victim of this horrible crime decide it.
Decide what?
What happens to the perpetrator?
Isn't that what the authorities are for?
Penelope just thinks it's a good idea that we kill this sorry sack of stuff, and get this person into the middle of the butter and let the butter do its thing.
Penelope, you just want to kill this guy?
No,
Execute.
no, it's different because it's full circle. It just, you know, it'd be funny, right?
You think it would be funny to murder someone?
No. It's not. It's justice.
He's still gonna be
Justice.
dead.
You think someone's death, even in justice, is funny?
See, you listen to that. He's in pain, and he suffered.
I mean, it can
I
be
don't-
funny.
Disagree that the wronged deserve to have their perspective heard. I don't think it's funny for someone to die.
Mr. Butter, please tell us, what would you have us do?
It wraps a pseudopod of butter around the gnome, going around its leg and curling up its neck, and
I will warding
Briv,
flare
let's
the
go.
attack.
Briv, let's go.
And I will warding flare the attack. So it's got a disadvantage on the attack.
Briv, let's go after a little bit of a shriek. Ugh!
it pulls the gnome out of Briv Stillmarrow's hands. It has the gnome.
I think it has spoken.
And you see the gnome start to melt into the pseudopod, and it becomes engulfed into the cube of butter.
Look at it this way.
Oh my God!
Thou canst be with Gregor once again.
No, I don't want to be with Gregor. Never mind, we broke up.
Too bad, thou art dead.
This is not fair. This is not a noble way to end. Is not a
No.
noble way to end.
It's justice.
It doesn't feel like justice. Okay, it does. Oh God.
See, even he agrees.
And you just hear.
I love that sound.
And he's fully engulfed inside the butter cube. What's everyone doing?
Briv licks his fingers. How else is he gonna get them clean?
Oh, Mr. Butter, that was a nice trick. Now we gotta get you out of here. How can we get you out of here?
You see a grate that actually is leading to the sewers, rusted and old and very frail, in the on the other side of the basement.
There, Butter, you can be free. Okay, I'm going
We
to
have to bridge this acid.
mold earth in order to bridge the acid, give him a bridge.
Okay,
Great idea, Penelope.
you tell me how this happens.
Okay, so from there to the gate, from here. Okay, and she just puts her hands down and just lifts up, and just the earth underneath the grate kind of lifts up and the acid parts.
All right.
Penelope, are we letting this thing go into the sewers?
Well, other gelatinous cubes do just fine down there, so it might be
Well,
a
they
great
tried
place.
to kill us last time too. Butter Beast, good gentle being, dost thou have foul intentions toward anyone who comes down? And I don't know why they would be down there, but dost thou have any? Wilt thou be a good little butter cube?
Mm-hmm.
Tis good
I
enough for
wouldn't
me.
trust this.
Alyndra, thou dost not trust anyone.
I trust Penelope. The grate, can I use produce flame and cut the grate open so that it can get through?
It's
Like,
I mean, it's made out of iron, so
it'll take a little bit, but or is there a way to
so
just open the
you're
grate?
gonna like
Wanna
weld
melt
this
the
thing open.
butter?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Very
Enough.
careful, Orkira. There's no margarine for error
Oh.
with where thou art cutting.
You start just burning through just piece of grate after piece of grate after piece of grate, and the butter seems very excited to finally be free.
There you
Orkira looks
go.
conflicted the whole time, but she will do what Penelope wants and open the grate.
You're gonna go and you're gonna make lots of friends. And it's gonna be great.
And it engulfs Penelope half pint, but not fully.
I
And you
warding
feel
flare
no
because I
burning.
don't know.
You feel no burning whatsoever. The butter just kind of surrounds Penelope half pint and gives her a warm, buttery hug, and then lets her go, and starts slowly oozing towards,
just
leaving a buttery puddle behind it.
Gave thee life and everything. I mean, I
Towards-
didn't expect a hug or
Towards it just oozes and squeezes through the grate.
Let
Mm.
Penelope have this, okay? It's okay.
very well.
Goodbye.
You hear through the long sewer tunnels.
Let's never tell Keen what happened today.
I cannot promise that.
Fair enough. And Orkira's just gonna leave.
A few drinks in, I just yap.
I am not taking leftovers with me.
Oof.
Thou
What do you-
thinkest that there will be leftovers?
I'm gone.
Brave,
I've left.
there are people in that butter. You are
Really?
eating people.
I didn't really
Gregor.
follow that track along what just happened. I thought it was just butter that came to life.
No.
There were people in the food. The slice butter gourmet is people? And you see Briv starts to, like you see coming out of his pores, like piercing his beard, like a couple of little like rods that like pull his mouth apart, and then another one comes up in the center from his chin, like gagging him. And he just starts to evacuate the contents of his stomach violently, and then he gets done with all of it, and then finally just says, 17 hours without food. I am hungry. Where to next?
Oh, God.
And you walk out of the restaurant known as The Slice. Some of you, most of you, covered in butter. Penelope Half-Pint, her lips still sticky from syrup. And fresh from her first kill. As you walk into Hupperdook, and the whistle blows, and all the gnomes rush out, start drinking and start partying. And in the distance, you see the green light around the metal statue of the traveler. And you see hundreds praying to the traveler in Hupperdook. I'm the traveler! I'm the traveler. I'm coming. And that's our episode. But there is one other moment in a very large factory. Who knows where, but nightmarishly large. Almost like this entire place was made epochs ago. Going on and on as far as the eye can see are wooden boxes. And you hear the sound of nails being hammered into these boxes. They look like coffins. There are hundreds of them. And you see a single figure in armor hammering one final one as you see something pale inside, vaguely human. And you hear a very familiar voice. All right. I have a lot of warlocks to catch up with. I'll see you soon, Harold. And that's our adventure, everyone. Thank you for watching Beyond Heroes. Thank you so much for our amazing cast. Penelope Half-Pint playing Hope LaVelle.
I want you to know I'm wearing the D4 t-shirt right now. This is not my fault.
Lauren Irwin playing Orkira Eldritch, and of course Adam Bradford playing Briv Steelmarrow, and just owning
owning something, folks.
Just owning a lot.
Something.
Owning
A lot is a description.
He communicated very lovely with his wife. He gave birth. I feel like Briv Steelmarrow did so much today. Everyone gets another level of experience.
Hey!
Yeah, that's what you get for showing up
by creating life. Briv
by creating life. Penelope Half-Pint, you get a point of inspiration as well. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching. We also have tons of emotes if you would like to follow or subscribe to D&D Beyond on Twitch, including Butter, which is a big theme of this episode and apparently all episodes now that I'm involved in. But we also have Penelope Half-Pint the Bush, which starred in this as well. And we've got Adam Bradford's face, and we got Sweet Tea,
and we
got
got
hashtag blessed, and Griff, the very angry owl.
So judgy.
We're gonna find out one day why he's so upset.
Griff
this
was
episode
on Briv's and Penelope's side.
This episode.
You met us?
Yeah, this episode is why he's so upset. This one right here.
No way. He's so judgmental. He was definitely on Briv and Penelope's side in that. So
that's true. Well, thank you everyone for the fun and the murder and for the release of a gelatinous butter cube into the wild. We will see you next Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.